Oh, hello, and welcome back for Day 3 of the FrankenGames, a video series in which I look at all of the video games based on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. The reality, of course, is that most of these games are more based off the popular media version of Frankenstein's creature that we saw in the Universal movies, that they kicked it off, really, and then it's just blown up from there. So we all know the character, we all know the story, but in my mind, it's like, well, it's all based on this book. So the book is the origin, and all of the rest of these, and all of these video games would not exist without this book. So that's how I think of it. And that's why every day we start with a random quote from the book by Mary Shelley. In this case, it's the quote you see there. "It is true we shall be monsters, cut off from all the world. But on that account, we shall be more attached to one another." And I'm sure all of the Franken creature shippers are big into that quote, and any instance in which the creator and the creature get to like hang out and buddy up, and who knows what else in terms of Franken shipping. I'm sure there's a whole world out there of that stuff. But there you go. There's your random quote for the day. And now we advance to the first game of this video. Dr. Frankie and the Monster from 1984, released on the ZX Spectrum, released by FrankenGames. I suspect they're not the developer, they're just the company that distributed. And a brief description, very simple one, is a traditional platform game composed by 9 different scenarios. Scenario meaning level, basically, to us. But I also question, and you might be thinking, 9 scenarios or 9 levels does not sound like a lot, but once you see this game, you might understand like why why 9 scenarios is enough. So here we go on the Internet Archive. So thanks to them again, they archive so many of these older titles in browser. So it's running on an emulator in the browser. So very easy to access and get going here. Let's unmute. Yeah, it might. I guess it does not have sound. Okay, I'll just go with that. 1, 2, and 0. So go there. Press enter. So the one tip. Oh, there's sound. So yeah, see, I was missing something. Yep, we were missing sound before. Oh, that's one annoying aspect of these versions of the emulated games. The sound isn't always cooperating. But yeah, one tip for all players: hold the jump button. That is going to be your easiest way to navigate, and boom. There you go, level 1 cleared. I picked up the potion, I took it to Frankenstein, something else happened, now we're in screen 2. I've never gone beyond the screen, we'll see how it turns out. I do need to go back to the left to pick up. Let's lead them to the far right, and then let's boost over to the left. Oh, there's no way I'm gonna make it. Yeah. Well, I could see the path forward at least, so I don't know what that hammer does. Oh, the hammer builds a bridge, doesn't it? I think it did. All right, let's lead these guys to the far right. Oh, I'm dead. I didn't see. Yeah. I hate the ghosts. I'll just say that. I hate the ghost behavior and their movement and the way they kind of are magnetized toward the player, like they are. It's really annoying. Like I have played previously. That's why I did okay in the first level. But oh boy, if you don't have, well, I guess that's the point of a video game. You get experience, you get better at it. So eventually, I guess I could see some British kid, getting better at the game and completing it, but I will not. As I've been doing with every video, I'm not trying to complete these games. I'm doing a very poor job in this run of play at level 1. But yeah, I'm not trying to complete the games. I'm trying to just kind of look at them briefly and and move on to the next one, because I have to look at, I don't know, we're up to like 80 something games overall. So yeah, there's a lot to look at over the course of the next month. All right, sweet, we did that. Oh, I should have led the ghosts a bit further to the right. All right, we picked up the hammer, which I think builds the bridge. I died there. Interesting. How did I get those ghosts out of the way last time? Maybe I'm supposed to lead them a bit further to the left. Oh, there we go. Jump. Fall down the hole, dude. Oh, dead. One more life. Alright, go. I mean, I already cleared my personal objective, which is always just to get past the first screen, if I can, like that. Once I accomplish that in any of these games, these videos, like I'm good. Which is not what I usually do. I usually do try to post complete playthroughs for the cred. No, I don't give a care. I don't care about cred. I do care about showing a game as completely as possible. Oh, that cursor there is really annoying me. Oh, dead. That was it. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to show of Dr. Frankie and the Monster. You get the gist. When I first played this game, I was super annoyed by it. I still don't like the ghost behavior. I think I guess that's the challenging aspect, is the fact that the ghosts are as aggressive as they are. I don't know, the ghosts are, maybe all ghosts are dumb. I was going to say these ghosts are dumb, but yeah, the ghost behavior is just, I don't like it. I don't. So, well, yeah. And of course, I didn't mention it, but this is obviously a rip on Pac-Man. 3 multicolored ghosts while you wander around in a maze environment. It's all Pac-Man-esque. So, all right, let's make sure that's not loaded anymore. Let's go into this game. Oh, which I forgot. Before we do that, let's actually, do this. All right, we're moving on to 1985. 1985, Frankenstein 2000, released for the ZX Spectrum, BBC Micro, and Electron. So we're still in Great Britain and other myriad microcomputers. Developed by Peter Fothergill. Brief description is the player controls a small machine and travels in Frankenstein's body. The body is divided into several organs, and the rest of that text did not fit, but you get the idea. We're inside of Frankenstein's body. So this game it's both one of the more original conceits for a Frankenstein-based video game. Like, I think I think the conceit is good, but then the game itself, the gameplay and the level design choices are also fantastic. I really enjoy this game. And I guess I'll hope I know this game has sound, so we'll just keep an ear out, see how it goes. All right, so there's the developer. Looks like Icon Software was the publisher or distributor. Press space to play when I'm ready. All right, let's get the controls. Q, A, O, P, and H for when you're moving around some of the levels. Q, A, P for the shmup level that appears at some point. Here's the objective. Travel to the many organs in the monster's body, collecting the various objects and switching on the strange electronic components. After every second organ is completed, shoot the many oxygen molecules in the blood vessels to regain more oxygen. Collect the spanners to repair some damage. Spanners, for you Americans, that's a wrench. In England, they call them spanners. We call them wrenches. There's a little demo of the trachea level. Let's get going. All right, so this breaks down the process here completely. Yeah, I think this is one of, again, the conceit of like using this idea of traveling through Frankenstein's body just to have a bunch of different like kind of not Pac-Man, like Space Invaders-esque levels and shmup levels. Like I think it's very creative, and I like the way it's done. We'll see why in a moment. I did hear sound, by the way, so I know we have sound at this point. I don't know how to. There we go. It always takes me a while to like get. I wonder what hold is for. You saw that, right? Oh, it's the pause button. That's what they mean by hold. Okay. Remember, they were still trying to figure out video game language in these years, so I guess this person decided, let's call it the hold feature. Uh-oh. How do I unhold? Oh, S. So they different buttons. So this level, I think I'm supposed to just like move downward through the trachea. I guess that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Is we're moving through the trachea and we're dodging frogs. Frog in the throat. Oh, I got it. I got the joke. Great. All right. I'm taking a lot of damage and I'm losing oxygen. There's no shooting anything, so we're taking all these hits. I will give all these developers we've seen so far credit because so many of the ZX Spectrum games that I saw Oh, did it. All right, we advanced. Jeez, we lost half health just getting through the trachea. Not great. But, again, my bar for these bits of gameplay is just to get past the first level, which I've done. So, objective achieved. Now we can just... Everything else is the cherry on top of the video game Sunday. So here we go. We're in the new level. We have to... Ooh, Frankenstein's a smoker. Buddy, what are you doing? This is the 80s. I guess everyone was smoking back then. That was just the thing you did. Hold on. All right, let's... Go. Am I taking hits? Probably. Let's go in here. We've accomplished something by going in there, I guess. Let's... Cool it. Not too much damage. Less than half oxygen. I don't know what that means. Here we go. Now we're in the shmup. Let's... Alright, well, what's the point of shooting if I can't... Am I supposed to collect oxygen? Am I supposed to... No, I take damage from oxygen, which is a thing that I need to survive. Like, what? This makes no sense. I don't know what I'm accomplishing. Oh, I am refilling oxygen by shooting at them, I think. Okay, that's cool. So this is like a bonus level, right? You have to dodge them because they do hurt you, but if you shoot them, you do regain oxygen. All you have to do is just not take damage, which I have certainly done. I don't like this. It's like, well, I understand that we all have two lungs, we have two kidneys, so of course there's two of them to traverse through, but I think it's just kind of a cheap way to like add more levels. Like this is going to be the same level we were just in, but flipped around. Nope. Yep, definitely. Oh, okay. Look at me assuming the worst. I assumed it would be a clone of the previous level, but they do mix it up. Oh, there's four of those little stations I have to get into. Okay. That's one, sure. We are losing oxygen, so I can't just dilly-dally. I'm taking hits. Oh, stop. Cool, okay. Yeah, this is... If I didn't already say it, maybe I did say it. This is a great game. I really enjoy this game. I love the conceit. I love the variety of... I mean, the gameplay is pretty similar throughout. It's just that the setups are all different. So, you know, anyone with enough... I guess just using my imagination, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm in the lungs now. I'm in all these different parts of the body. That's cool. I'm having fun. I guess is what I can say. I'm really enjoying this game. I don't know that I'll rank these games in the end, because there's like, again, there's 80 some games to play through, but I think I might have like a highlights at the end where I just highlight which games I enjoyed the most. And I think this will be among them for sure. All right, we're about to die. Look at that damage and look at the oxygen. So one way or another, this is going to be it. I didn't even pay attention to which organ we're inside of. The intestine? Oof, that oxygen. We're dead. Yeah, we're hecka dead. There's no way. There it is. Out of oxygen, game over. Wow. The oxygen obviously is the timer. That's a very strict timer. So even though I did enjoy what I played, I think trying to complete this game, it seems like it would be a challenge, which is fine. Like unlike the previous game we looked at, where it felt like it would be kind of samey throughout the levels, this one has a lot of interesting variety. So Frankenstein 2000, good job to Peter Fothergill. I enjoyed your game immensely, but again, I'm not doing full playthroughs, so that's the end of this one. Let's reload that so it's not loaded in memory anymore. All right, well that takes us to the third game and the final game of this video, which is Frankie from 1986 on what must be the coolest computer name I've ever seen. The Dragon 32 and the Dragon 64. The Dragon 64 is the same machine with upgraded RAM, I think. So it's the same computer, but there's just an upgraded version, kind of like a decade. They predicted what would happen a decade later with like consoles and the N64 and the upgraded RAM and all this other stuff. But yeah, the Dragon computer line. This game is by Smithson Computing. Brief description: the player controls Frankenstein as he tries to escape the mayhem created by the evil Dr. Van Load, and yada yada yada. There's more text, but it gets cut off there. But that's the basics. That's all we need to know. And here's the sad part of this one. Maybe not the sad part. This game, there is a emulator for the Dragon 32 computer. There is a file for this game, which can be loaded. The problem is the emulator is not reading the file. Like it was giving me an error, like an input error. All the I did some reading. Everything indicates that because these games were loaded from a tape, the file that I have, when someone dumped the ROM, basically, they didn't do it at the proper volume level, which is the thing you have to think about with a cassette. With loading a game from a cassette, the volume level of the device matters for the computer to be able to read it. So there's all sorts of little like things involved where I just realized like, all right, I'm not going to be able to load this, so we're just going to watch footage. There is a wonderful video on everygamegoing.com's YouTube channel, which I'll link to. You can watch it there. They do talk over this, so I'm going to mute it because we'll just watch it rather than hear their commentary about it. And then again, if you want to hear the commentary, watch this brief review in full, I encourage you to go to their channel and do that. But we're just going to briefly go through it. So yeah, more of the neon that we've been seeing in these early computer games. But you can see here that it's a platformer. It looks a lot like the first game we looked at today. Platformer, all sorts of random objects flying around. Very, very British platformer of not just of this time. Like so many British platformers are just random stuff's flying around. And it's kooky and it's wacky, and none of it makes sense. The reviewer does point out, but obviously I can't tell from watching, but they point out this is a very difficult game. They make it very clear in the review. It's a super hard game. You probably are not going to get very far. They do seem to be showing a few different levels. Level 54. I think level 54 of like 99. There's a cheat menu, which I guess they also mentioned like, yeah, if you want to actually get to the end of this game, you probably need to count on using the cheats. And there you go. That was the end of the gameplay. We're not going to move on to some other random thing. Let's go through this one more time. What else is there to note? There's a score, because every game from this time had a score. There's an energy meter. Based on the design of that player character, I would guess we are Frankenstein, right? Because there's no other Frankenstein element. There's a foot. Maybe that could be Frankenstein's foot. Who knows? There's electricity. That's always a Frankenstein-y thing, right? Electricity is what gives him life. He's alive. Random spooky critters like a bat. There's a bat there. This part here looks kind of Dig Duggy. Like you stand on that stuff and it disappears. I don't know what that means exactly. There's lives. Wayne Smithson made sure that his name is on everything, so you know who made this game. Wayne Smithson. I'm sorry I can't really properly judge if it's a good game or not, but the review saying that it's very difficult gives me a pretty good idea. Again, it reminds me of that first game. I should have had... I have the game's the text right here. I can just look it up real quick. The Dr. Frankie and the Monster, that first ZX Spectrum game, this reminds me of that. Like, it's just the difference being that one has 9 levels. This game has like 99 levels, so big difference there for sure. At least 99. The level counter has 3 digits, so maybe it has more than 99 levels. But anyway, yeah, there you go. That's Frankie for the Dragon 32/64 computer line from 1986. And that's the end of this video. That's the 3 games I'm playing today. Day 3 of 31 days, so still very early on. We're still in the 80s. 80s as hell here, but that's fine. Eventually we'll move. Not that I want to move on from the 80s. I think these are all interesting, even if some of them are less, look less, well, even if some of these look really, really hard to play, to complete. I think they are all still interesting to look at, but that's the end of it. Yeah, that's the end for now. Thanks for watching, and yeah, until tomorrow, I'll see ya.